Hey guys, IQ Yellow again. Welcome back to the channel. So I just want to do a quick update on the cars. I know I did a video the other night about the Phaeton, but I just kind of want to do a quick update on the cars that I got. So first up is the 2006 Touareg. It is an individual model. You can look at my previous videos. So what I've done so far to it is I've lowered it on some BC Racing coilovers. Um, I have put some Victor Equipment Zen 20x10 ET50 wheels with some spacers, so Okada wheel spacers. So the front is currently at 38 millimeters, and the back is currently at 35 millimeters. So that's 20x10 ET35. These are 20x10 with 275 40/20 wheels, and as you can see, the fitment is pretty flush. I'm very proud of my measurement skills on that. So again, that's a 2006 Volkswagen Touareg individual. I also put the roof rails. So I had the OEM racks, which are these racks right here. So I had the OEM racks on there, but I took it off just to give a different look, and I put the rails. My plan was to get a roof box, a Thule or Eno roof box, and throw it on top. But I might go back to the stock roof racks because I think I like that look a little better. Even though this one is good, I think I like that one a little better. So things I need to do to this, as you remember from previous videos, I still got to do the door lock, and I'm still planning on putting in here an aftermarket system, even though I hear there's a lot of trouble with those and your backup camera won't work. So still trying to figure that out. The other thing I need to do is my front bumper needs to be realigned, and it's chipping really bad. I'm sure you can see that. I think the previous owner of this car before I got it had might be a slight accident on this side, and they repainted it, and the paint job is starting to chip. So I'm assuming it was a cheaper paint job, even though it looked good when I first got it. It only lasted, well, I've had the truck for 7 years now, so it's lasted at least that long. It started chipping about a couple years ago, so it lasted at least 5 years. I did get a quote on a new respray, so definitely getting the front bumper resprayed. I hate the way that looks. I hate driving it sometimes because of the way that looks, so I'm going to get that fixed. Next up is my 2002 Volkswagen GTI 337 or 25th anniversary. This is pretty much my daily driver. I drive this car pretty much every day to back and forth to work. I love this car. I've had it for at least 12 or 13 years now. And it's got a set of 19-inch wheels. So these are the Dub 0.02 wheels, I guess. Dub Radarwork 0.02 wheels. They're staggered fitment, 19 by 8.5 in the front, 19 by 9.5 in the back, with a 20 offset in the front and a 28 offset in the back. The front is a 19 by 8.5 again with a 225/35. And the rear is a 19 by 9.5 with a 245/35. So I like the setup on it. It's lowered on FK Streetline coilovers. It has intake, has front mount intercooler, has a APR Stage 2 tune on it. It's a pretty, again, I love this car. It needs a little bit of work. It needs a respray. It needs all of the valences, side skirts taken off. It needs a complete refinish or refresh on it, but I do love it. I will never get rid of this car. This car has over 250,000 miles on it. My Touareg has about 146,000. So this is my daily. I drive that sometimes on the weekends just because I don't want to put a lot of miles on it. But yeah, so that's my Volkswagen GTI. And then lastly, we have the 2004 Volkswagen Phaeton. So I have a 2002 Volkswagen GTI, a 2004 Volkswagen Phaeton, and then a 2006 Volkswagen Touareg. So pretty much everything works in all the cars. So I can't be mad. So again, back to my Phaeton. I just picked this up like a week ago. Again, it's a 2006. Everything works on it. I picked this car up for $1,700, like I said in my previous video. Again, more videos to come on this. I just got my lowering links in the mail. So in the next video, I'm going to be showing you guys installing the lowering links and how I'm going to have the ride height set. So what I'm thinking is, for the height, I'm pretty much going to have the stock height where it is now. So at the highest setting, it's going to be where it is now at the highest setting. And then at the normal setting or the lower setting, I'm going to have it about 3 inches lower. Yeah, I said that, 3 inches. So if you see the wheel gap on my GTI right now, it's pretty low. The wheel gap on this is really minimal. It's not a lot. I mean, I can stick a finger in there. Is about all I can stick in there is a finger. Now, that's max. That's really, really low. For this, I'm probably going to have at least a 2-finger gap. So it's pretty high right now. So if you look at this right now, it's pretty much way, way, way up there. It's a pretty high sitting car, and it's pretty wide. As you can see, it's almost taking up the whole lens. But if we look at this gap here, yeah, this gap is like a whole hand. So my plan is to get it down to like 2 fingers. So that's going to be about if I can measure my hand here, it's probably going to be about a 2 to 3 inch drop in the front and about a 2.5 inch in the back. So it's going to look really good. Haven't decided on wheels yet. I'm thinking it's going to drop it on stock wheels right now, which I think will still look good. But yeah, that's my plan for the Phaeton. And again, I'll have a video showing that coming up real soon. The only issue with it, so I got this car again for $1,700. It had a full service on it, new struts, new timing belt water pump, new valve cover gaskets, new coil packs, new coils, new tie rods, and pretty much new tires, all done within the last 20K. So that's a lot of money. That's a lot of service done in the last 20K. I do have the service records to prove it, and I checked a couple things myself, and they are done. So what needs to be done to it is a few things. One, the passenger side door handle. It does have the Kessie system, so the passenger side door handle is missing a little black rubber button that you push to lock it. So I am missing that. The other thing that's wrong with it, it does have a power steering leak. So if you look down there, you see that little bit of oil on the ground. So that's where the power steering pump and return line live, right behind the fender, or in the fender liner for the driver's side, pretty much. It is leaking. So I took a few of the nuts or the screws out of the fender liner and looked, and I saw it's pretty much like a patch job in there where they just took 3 hose clamps and tried to keep the line secure without leaking, but it's not working. So I'm gonna have to take all that off and try to fix it. Hopefully, I'm pretty sure I can fix it. I'll just use some line. I don't think it's a high pressure line. I think it's a low pressure return, so it shouldn't be that hard to fix. The other thing I need to fix is new brakes. So it does need new brakes. It did have brakes done within the last 30,000, but brakes on the Phaetons don't really last long, just like brakes on a Touareg don't last long because they're big, heavy cars. So I'll need to do brakes. I'm just going to do the cross-drilled and slotted. Here, show you similar to my Touareg. I did cross-drilled and slotted, and then I painted the calipers yellow and threw a Volkswagen logo on it. I think that looks pretty good behind that wheel, as you can see. So I'm going to do the same to my Phaeton. Paint them yellow, probably throw a Volkswagen decal on it. And throw some cross-drilled and slotted rotors on there. And then as far as wheels, I'm looking at a 20x10, similar setup to my Touareg, 20x10, might even do 20x10 and a half. I was thinking 21s, but I don't want them to be too big where I can't go too low. I don't want it to look like it's sitting on like a Tonka, so I don't want to go 22s. I think I want to do 20s, maybe 21s, depending if I can find a good set for a cheap price. But 20x10 and a half, so I want the wide and low stance is what I want. It's, you know, Phaetons and Volkswagens in general usually have a little bit of a fender flare stock. So they have a little bit of a flare on the OEM fenders. So I think I'm going to do 20x10 and a halves. And if this is a good video, cut short, I'm sorry. So I'm going to do 20x10 and a halves. With, I don't know the offset yet. I'm still determining the offset, but once I figure out the offset, I'll let you guys know. I have to do spaces to get it perfect, like I did on the GTI. I got GTI spaces on the GTI as well, and on the Touareg. So I'm gonna try to figure out what that is, and then I'm going to. And so once I lower it, I'll be able to determine what my wheels need to be. So I kind of want to lower it first on OEM. That kind of give me a baseline of where the stock wheels is, and I can do some calculations to get it pretty flush. I'm gonna do pretty flush. Again, my specs for the Phaeton are gonna be 20x10 or 20x10 and a halves on 275 35 20s. And I'm looking for a silver. I thought black would look good, like my Touareg, but I think I want to do silver. I would like to do silver with a polished lip to match the chrome accents going around, like the door trim and the trim on the front. I think that would look really dope. And then lowered. So those are kind of my plans for the Phaeton. I would love to do a retrofit on the infotainment, but I don't want to mess with the electronics too much because those can be kind of iffy sometimes. So there's an update. Again, the Phaeton is going to be my next project. You've seen my videos on my Touareg. Still got some things to do with that, but I just haven't got to them yet. But the Phaeton is next, and the next video you're going to see is me installing the lowering links. So I'm gonna show you a before and after. So I'm gonna take some pictures, and I'm gonna just do the video showing you the before again, like you saw it just now. And I'll show you the before, and I'm gonna show you the after. And I'm gonna show you both settings. So I'm gonna show the vehicle at its lowest setting and its highest setting using the lowering links. All right, IQ Yellow. Thanks for watching. See you later.